Hello, today I'm going to show you how to interact with a web page in Altair. So come with me. So this is very useful for documentation. For example, here we're in the documentation of Altair. And what I can do, I can ask any kind of question with, for example, the speech to prompt. Can I use my local model with Altair? And the way it works, as you can see, it's that in the context, it brings a screenshot, but also the content of the page directly. And it tells me, yes, you can, using settings, APIs, and custom provider. And this is really helpful. You can do it the same way by just opening Altair and here loading your current application. For example, what are the models Altair offers? And same thing, we've put the window in context and Altair can explain to me. The great thing about this is if the question you ask is not on the page, Altair can look online for the answer. For example, is there an API for Discord? Obviously, this question has nothing to do with the page I'm looking at. And Altair will automatically move to the web search to give you some information. So let's see another example. So now I'm on OpenAI documentation page. And what I can do, I can start a discussion. What are the endpoints for the image model? So you can see we get automatically the answer. But the great thing is we can do some follow-up. And here, if I click on type to chat, I will see that in context, I have the web page. And as you can see, there is a little red dot here, which means it's live, will keep updating as you go along. So if suddenly I go into streaming mode here, you can see that now the context is the streaming mode API. And I can ask another question now. Is there any constraint about using this endpoint? And now, Altair is going to understand that I'm talking about the streaming API response and giving me, for example, here, rate limit and rate policy. So this thing is great for everything like documentation, but also for very long content. Let me show you another example. Here we are. Now I'm on the New Yorker on an amazing article about guitars. It's a very, very long article. So before reading it, I can just ask about the article. In 3 sentences, sum up this article. And automatically, Altair is going to give me a too long didn't read, if I want. So this is great before browsing a lot of content, but you can also use it to exert your memory after reading documentation or article. And you can do cool stuff like, I've read this article, ask me 3 questions to make sure I've memorized well this article. And here we are, 3 simple questions to exert my memory and make sure I've understood and memorized what I've just read. This is also really helpful when reading a long document, for example, financial document online. Here, for example, I'm looking at the 10K of Apple and I can ask questions directly about the document. How many iPhones Apple have sold based on this document? So you see, it's referencing the document I'm reading and giving me data about the question I've asked, which is very helpful. I hope it gave you a little tour of how to use Altair with webpage. See you next time.